Right, we've got a new palm. So I've been looking for something to go in my centre bed to replace the Paragebaya that died in the winter. And I can't get hold of a Paragebaya, can't get hold of Syagrus. Syagrus Butiagrus, sorry. So why not get something cheaper and readily available with some size on it? So this is what we settled for, and it is going to be living in the hothouse over winter because these aren't 100% hardy. Well, not hardy really in the UK. I'm sure there are spots where there's the odd one growing, but in general people don't have much luck growing these. So this is a Syagrus Romanzoffiana, or queen palm. So it is a tall palm, but as we can see, I'd say the trunk itself is, I don't know, maybe only sort of, you'd probably say classes 2 to 3 foot, and then the fronds sort of come out at this section, and then these are all really long fronds, so this is obviously quite stretched. I mean, I think the queen palms do tend to look a little bit like this until they get a bit more mature. They are quick growing, but not in a UK climate, so this is going to be a potted specimen, which is going to, I'm not going to repot it now because we've got winter coming up close. We're just sort of hit last week in September, so the weather is changing. It is getting cooler nights, so there's no point putting it outside at this point. I am going to, in the spring, so we're going to give it a taste of winter in here, so it's not going to get freeze and it's not going to get frost, but it's going to get cool, prolonged cool temperatures. Yeah, like I say, it's in a fairly small pot, but I think with queen palms you can get away with sort of being quite root bound in a smallish pot, but I will be repotting this next year because it is sort of pushing out the pot a bit. We can see some roots there, so I'd like them to be underground. So when we repot that in the spring, that'll not to go to a huge pot jump. I'll go for something a couple of inch deeper and a couple of inch circumference, a little bit bigger. And we will sink the pot into, I've got a raised area in the centre of the garden, which this is going to be like the centre piece. So for instant height and impact, I think you can't beat something like this, because, you know, we all want to grow something that looks tropical, and these do, the queen palms do look tropical. The big feather leaves, nice pinnate leaves, they do arch. Like I said, I'm not going to expect a huge amount of growth from this because we don't get hot summers, but there's going to be, it should grow steadily. I've got some smaller queen palms and some of the mountain form, which I am trying outside over winter, but yeah, so this is, I think it's sold as 8 to 9 foot, and I'm pretty sure obviously if you straighten the fronds up that would be a lot taller than that, so that's got an arch to it. It is easily 9 foot. It's sort of, a couple of the fronds are touching the ceiling in here, so that's not going to be ideal, so I may have to support it and put it on the side a bit, because I don't really want them touching the ceiling, so that probably will damage the fronds. You can see it's a bit windy outside, so this is why we're in here. Yeah, so where did I get it from? This is from the Palm Tree Company. I have used them before, and in general they've got really good reviews. You know, that they do have good plants, good selection of maybe palms and plants you won't get elsewhere at a good size. This was £139. So I'd say for a big plant with impact, that's a good price. I'm sure if you're in the US you'd get them for half the price, but we don't grow much over here. There's probably not much call for them, so they're more of a slightly harder to get hold of maybe. But yeah, I think we're gonna give that a go. I will say, if they do list on eBay as well, the Palm Tree Company, but they, for some reason, will charge you 20 quid for delivery if you buy on eBay, whereas you buy straight through them, that's free delivery, so there's no extra delivery charge on that, so that's good. So yeah, I think for basically 140 quid for something that's 9, probably pushing 10 foot, that's a pretty good price. And yeah, it'll make a good centerpiece in the garden for summer next year if it doesn't die on me over winter. So I am going to keep it a little bit on the dry side. It will. I've had queen palms as a house plant over winter. They do fine. They do stretch out a bit. They slow down, but they do continue growing in the house. So this is going to be a bit of a cooler environment for them, but they can take cool temperatures. When they're allegedly, when they're sort of mature, they can take -6. I'd say at this size -3, but that's going to be a short period, not a prolonged period like we had last year, where we had the you know, week, 10 days sort of freeze. That's not going to survive that, I wouldn't have thought. But so yeah, we're going to keep it in here over winter. As soon as the temperatures warm up next year, we will repot and get it out in the garden. Yeah, I don't know really much more I could say about it. Like I say, I have got smaller queen palms, and they're quite slow in the environment I can give them. Obviously, again, in a natural environment they will grow very rapidly until they get to a certain size, but we will see. Yeah, we'll keep you updated on the growth rate, and well, just if it survives the winter. And yes, it is a horrible time to buy a plant like this. I mean, like I say, it's not a huge amount of money. I think for a plant this size, that'll give you instant impact. It's a good price, and we'll see. I'm getting a bit hot in here. It's cool outside. It's only about 20 degrees outside, but in here it is 29 degrees, or nearly 30, and humidity is quite high, so I'm almost breaking into a sweat to stand here talking to you. So I would expect this to grow a little bit until the weather cools down. But yeah, I won't expect a crazy amount of growth. This is literally just got it's just got three main leaves on it, plus the sort of strap leaf which hasn't quite gone pinnate. So we've got the 3 open leaves, and even the third one is not full potential yet. There is another spear coming. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on the growth rate over the next month before it cools down to proper autumn stroke winter. Yeah, I mean, again, some people say you're mad buying a palm this time of year. You might as well buy it in the spring and let the company stroke nursery worry about the winter hassle. But the way I look at it is, if you want it to survive the environment, you can provide it. Why not jump straight in? And in general, I would wait until spring, but I don't know, I just got impatient, let's say, and just went for it. So that is what happened. 140 quid for a 9-foot palm. It's not a horrible price. We'll see what happens. And I will say, I did get a little little palm focus. So this makes up 20 litres. Obviously I'm not going to be fertilising at this time of year, but I have got a big tub of this, but that's a nice little touch. Yeah, so I can't complain. I ordered it I think last weekend, and it turned up Tuesday, so it's literally just 3 days, and that's over the weekend as well, so that's pretty good. Yeah, so I would use the Palm Tree Company again. Like I say, I've used them a couple of years back and I was a bit disappointed with the palm I got. It was smaller than the picture suggested, but I'm not complaining about this one. It's exactly how it's advertised, and yeah, exactly what I expected. So fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. Right, thanks for watching, we'll catch you on the next one.